laying me down. They're probably gonna last me like ancient apparition or something.
DK has to like literally stun everyone this game.
Yeah.
That's rough.
I love Hoodwink. What a great last pick. Thank you, Neon.
It's also got a stun in it. So I'm going to bring in Ares and Danog to talk about...
For this game in particular, they're just like, okay, we want to go these nice early timings. I think this game in particular as well is very important for TB in the positioning of his illusion, by the way. He wants to try and deny away this water rune if he can. As oh, they're actually looking to try and get a little bit more aggressive onto Karl. Okay,
what?
well.
Wait. That was so much damage. Look at this though, they're moving the bot instantly. They know Enryu's about to hit level 6. They want to try and kill off Enryu before he gets to this mark though. With the help of Zephyr TPing down, Gabby's got 3 points in the Rocket Barrage, so the magic damage should be enough to take away the life of Enryu. That's a big kill for T1. You can just slow down this next tower. And this is a hero that thrives at being able to keep towers online very early, and if you can't use the catapult perfectly, as Jing gonna go down bottom, although the missile is continuing the hunt. See if Gabby can close the distance, and with the tether movement speed, he can do just that. So on the 4 other heroes at T1, he can always TP down if they feel like the fight's necessary. Well, he's gonna do just that. Because look at the backstab from Zephyr. He's gonna be in a position to block the retreat avenue, so Neon's just gonna stand their ground. Cuckoo falling low, but he's able to reset, and Karl jumps in. Mass amounts of AoE damage in Avatar mode drops under the pressure, and now they can turn their attention to Enryu, stuck in the tree line, the overgrowth, giving him some breathing room, as Karl still doesn't have the ultimate available, but he lands a perfect Aether Remnant. As 2 for 2 trade at the moment. Jing trying to scurry out to the western side, and he will make it. And they're going for this with the relocate. All right. Still got an astral step back up for Karl, but it's going to miss on the combo. Goes to the high ground instead with the dissimulate. Hey, now he does have the arcane to play with, so Karl, his abilities will be up shortly, but it's a beautiful word we like to say in space, as you've got Asta farming across the map. You also have all the other...
Relatively quickly if you TP in with the extra speed that you get from tree walking.
Have thoughts on Abeng's item build with the Veil?
I don't hate it. I mean, a lot of these heroes, like, you've got a Gyro, right? And he wants to farm, and he needs farming items to do so. He's going the same one. It's all about survivability and initiation.
They are going to run it to Cuckoo top. Exorcism committed from Avatar mode, and they will easily take away the life. Yeah, all right. Very nicely done. But what's happening by the triangle is Asta's caught out. Gets the meta now with a relocate onto the backline, but the meta really does nothing without anyone to be able to protect him to have the damage. But now the reinforcements have shown up as a relocate. A couple of seconds. Can they keep the gyro alive long enough? They will not. As I take top knowing Exo's on cooldown, you used Elder Dragon form. There's no meta for the Terrorblade to maybe think about even showing up. Oh, I like this from Dai. They're going to smoke, but T1 have already started onto a bang. Cuckoo forced to drop the ultimate just so they can kill off the train protector before the cavalry arrives. Don't have the greatest vision on Neon. It's a lot more of it placed around top. It's going to be off the back of a bang to try and block the smoke maneuver into the triangle, but Asta still without it. Instant jump from Cuckoo, and they'll have plenty of damage before any other hero shows up. And, well, they'll even run into the Hoodwink as well. Jing just revealing his position at the front of the secret shop, so a double for Cuckoo.
It's a bit of an odd one. I mean, they're still going to maintain all of their map control.
Neon pivoting down to bot. They're going to drop another observer, so they're scouting out Enryu. Karl's going to be the first one to jump. Jing's behind it, but there's not really much a Hoodwink can do to offset the start from T1. So Enryu, an easy kill, and now let's see if they can get something out of it. They still haven't taken the
King, but until that point,
I like this wrap.
This big window.
I like this wrap. Cuckoo jumps onto our bang, so he's going to have to use a defensive overgrowth, but the cooldown will be enough in conjunction with the sandstorm. It's Dairon bringing all of their numbers.
Gyro there with the relocate potential, but the thing is, I honestly thought that Neon would be getting the better part out of a lot of these trades, because if this is the way you're going to play, just like pick off heavy Dota, just play completely separately.
Karl, jump into the Hoodwink. They were trying to set up a trap for Karl farming the lane. Unfortunately for Jing, under vision, of course, with the homing missile. Karl's going to have a remnant up surely. Oh, whoa, what?
It was a clever play. He tried to use the sharpshooter, taking away your teamfight presence. Who's going to find who? Not in Roche Cuckoo. Where are they?
You're going to see Waimon. If they can bring down the iron, it's not that huge, but the counter initiation will not matter as it bangs in the overgrowth. A 1-for-1. Gabby with the BKB standing his ground, but they've got the Fiend Script from afar. Zephyr won't have a long enough duration, so Avatar Mode will be able to keep his life. They're continuing to chase Zephyr to the north. With the remnants of the T1 tower, it's Gabby battling versus Avatar Mode. And without the iron, there's going to be no escape for Gabby's DP. Easily chases down the carry. And Neon, they hit back.
Very easily just kind of like backpack Aster a little bit here. Just make sure you're playing around him. They're going to walk into the pit with the double damage. Oh.
He starts, but they're TPing instead of relocating, so there will be no follow-up. And that's both actual step charges on cooldown, so they're going to use this. And Ryu runs into Cuckoo. Oh, that's perfect if they can get rid of the Sand King. He might have to buy back for the Roche defense.
Even if he does, they know he doesn't have boots of travel. There's no towers as well, so it's going to be a little while until he rejoins, and they don't have the double damage anymore.
There's the buyback, but it's too late. They need a way to scout out Roche, but it's going to end up dropping with no contention. Karl's in straight. Oh, a defensive Sunder from Aster. He's still going to lose his life down to the cooldown, but Avatar Mode brute forcing inside the triangle, and they have no way to go through the Death Prophet. Exo Siphon, so much damage with the BKB expiring. Avatar Mode still has to respect him at the moment. He doesn't have any more Siphon charges, but Gabby, he still ends up dropping the relocate just too late. Karl's able to clean up the Death Prophet in the river, but back to Enryu they go as Neon. They left the Dragon Knight, they fed him to the wolves, and in the end...
And you get the kill onto the gyrocopter, but it's a big cost for what I felt should have been a very comfortable teamfight victory for Neon.
I think for T1, you've got to be happy because also Karl just hit level 20. So he's got the Spell Amp, close to the Aghanims. Like, could just solo kill Jing with ease, and that's the case. This is really scary because if Karl gets sceptered, then all of a sudden, maybe you clip the Treant Protector, and all of a sudden... T1, who are the heroes that they have to bring down to start? Because we put a lot of emphasis on like the Io, and I think Cuckoo's jumpers hold that thought. And Ryu walk straight past Cuckoo. Of course, they can always bring Gabby along with Waimon down. They're going to do just that. Karl's in the middle. Aster pops a BKB. He's going to stand his ground, but how do you cancel the Fiend's Grip? That's where Avatar Mode's able to come into play, so Cuckoo gets ripped apart, but Aster still has to kite Gabby. A BKB soon to expire. They've already lost 2, and I feel like Neon, they can continue on for more, but the control is the issue as Karl off to the west, and they will not catch up to the Void Spirit. And man, but I used a lot. X on cooldown, multiple BKBs. You still have meta those. Cuckoo.
Oh, they found
no,
Cuckoo.
Jing.
No Aeon.
Sees the Sandstorm, so they know exactly where Cuckoo's positioning. Karl's gonna fly over the tree line to provide some space, but it's not enough. Cuckoo trades his life for Jing, and now Aster, he wants more blood as well. Can easily get rid of the Nightmare. The Skadi slow really an issue for Gabby. The BKB maybe allows him to TP out. They need to continue to right-click him, but instead, it's Karl doing the dirty work off to the side. Killing off one of the other supports in a bang. Karl is actually going back in. No more ultimate charges, but he's got the simulate, so he's...
Varbang making sure he's not able to get that blink overgrowth off.
Karl is 8-1-10 right now. Having such an exceptional game. Aster, he's still got BKB. He's got a little bit of Metamorphosis still as well, but the Fiend's Group out. They need a way to cancel this. A bang, waiting the wings. The overgrowth now into the Sunder, but without the meta, they won't have the damage on Aster. He's running to the middle, trying to find a target, but it doesn't matter. T1, they kill off the Terrorblade, and now they can get the remnants of Neon. It's Enryu, the next target. A killing spree for Gabby. And what a read for T1. They see a weakness. They sense blood. They knew Aster was a ward, so they're going to continue trekking down south to the outpost in the other ward.
You don't want to run into Gabby first. This is one of the few situations where you don't want that.
See Gabby, Cuckoo as well. Okay, if you get rid of the Sand King, really valuable to the lineup of T1, but they are just going to look to prevent this. Karl jumping to the backline, but Gabby's falling low. Aster with all the damage, but it won't matter. Cuckoo flies over the tree line. The Bar Strike giving a little bit of breathing room, but Aster's got an opportunity to pop the BKB, and he's standing his ground, ripping apart the life of the Sand King. Asta still has to be cautious. They're kiting Gabby to the west, and Gabby, he just hasn't been able to do any damage to the Terrorblade. They've done it. They've held off the Aegis advantage, and Neon now looking for more stragglers. Karl's got Astral step up in a couple of seconds. To the right he goes.
Buybacks, but Metamorphosis is running out. No Exorcism. Elder Dragon form as well, not there because DK was the one hero to actually die in that engagement. So look at Karl. He's having to do it all again, and
Karl?
It does clear it out.
What the ones? Whoa!
Jing,
Karl
jing,
pops! Just like that, a sharpshooter enough to take away the life of the Void Spirit. He's been the man. He's been all of T1 to put them in this position. But now down Karl, you might lose 2 full sets.
Absolutely. It's the supports. They can't do anything unless they've got the assistance from the rest of the team. Have to highlight it was a great overgrowth coming through from Arbeng as well, just to allow Asta to sit back and do work.
Keep in mind, this is a Treant Protector versus T1. They have exceptional...
To this. The one plus side for T1 is, if you die, they're the team that actually wants buyback, right? Because it's not super heavy committal.
Still down the Bane.
They find Gabby. Look at Arbeng. He's way on the
They've got
back
the
lines.
vision. Turn to Gabby. Karl's going to try and disrupt them with the follow-up on Cuckoo. The Terrorblade falling low, but Asta stands his ground. BKB Sunder out, and instantly Karl's in trouble. The overgrowth out to the southern side. Karl's going to be okay. Now you need to protect Asta. BKB's expired feet. Crews out. They don't have a cancel without the overgrowth. Asta gets murked in our avatar mode. He might end up dropping, but it doesn't matter. A relocate to the backline means that Gabby finds a second.
Oh boy, no buyback, and they've got...
Smoke up though, Neon. Carving their way to top. T1 playing by their secret shop, and Neon on their own high ground.
They know they're hanging around. They saw the Acorn tree put up there.
Oh, he sees them all by the outpost. Cuckoo's got the follow-up as well, just onto Enryu. Towards the west, Asta's trying to stand his ground, but it will not matter if they lose avatar mode. He might be able to buy back to rejoin, but without the outpost, it's going to TP to the lane. Asta still, he's lost his BKB. He's got the Sunder. Can he land a target? Straight over to Karl. And Overgrowth keeping them inside the location. But Asta unable to right-click into anyone. They're continuing to kite the Terrorblade. But you're taking the fight into the lands of Neon. But it will not matter as Gabby, way too much damage. He'll end up dying. It's Avatar mode bringing this fight back into their favor, but Karl,
this will be a dieback.
Buying back in they go, dieback onto Avatar mode, and now Jing's stuck on the high ground. He too will be another casualty.
Oh, it's up in 4 seconds, this Roshan. Gabby's like, oh man, I wish it was there, but he just has a look back. They'll be able to find it out again. Oh no, they know he's here. He's farming underneath an observer ward here on Asta.
Oh,
he just fought back. Karl, can he do it again?
They're relocating.
2 seconds.
There's nothing he can do. There's nothing Asta can do. BKB on cooldown. They preemptive tip. The preemptive tip is they've had enough. They know there's no way they can stay in this game with the dieback on Terrorblade, and T1 will take out game 1.
Woo, what an entertaining game coming through there. Neon, I thought they had it for the longest time, but they dragged out the game long enough to be able to get that burst damage that they needed, playing around the vision. And wow, what a performance coming through from Karl. He was by far the best player in this game. He just did everything that they could have possibly wanted him to do. Pushed out lanes, did the damage, initiated when Cuckoo couldn't.